Alright, so we're doing legs today. I'm not like the strongest at legs, so we'll see how it goes. My legs are probably the smallest part on my entire body. And if you're a beginner like me, you can try to follow along as well. Like usual with my legs, I like to start off with a light little warm up on the bike for about 5 minutes. I don't really keep track of time, I kind of just do it till I'm warm, but yeah, it's usually around 5 minutes. I usually start off with the lying hamstring curls. You can also do the seated ones. I just find that the lying ones, you get a better range of motion. Also, I don't have to go quite as heavy on these, as I usually stay around 60 to 75 pounds after my warm-up sets. Speaking of my warm-up set, usually I do about like 45 pounds, anywhere from 1 to 2 warm-ups. This time I think I did 1 and then 3 working sets. Last week I'm pretty sure for my working set I only did 60 pounds, this time I did 75. I'm just trying to focus on slowly improving and slowly adding more weight. I know it's not a lot of weight, and a lot of you guys can probably do a lot more, but this is what I can do right now for around like 8 reps without compromising any form. Next, like my full body days, I go straight from the lying hamstring curls into the pendulum squat. Again, you can always substitute this for a hack squat as well. I like doing about 2 to 4 warm-up sets for the pendulum squat. That's what my friend told me to do, and I agree, as it is kind of a pain, so I like to warm up a little bit into heavier sets because it has such a wide range of motion. This time I did about 3 warm-up sets. The first one I did about 8 to 10 reps with no weight on it. The machine itself does weigh 60 pounds, so it does have a little bit of weight, but it's very light. The next one I put on a 25 and do about the same amount of reps. And then for my third one, I put a 45-pound plate on it, which is pretty similar to what my working set will be. And I do about only 3 to 4 reps on this one. For the pendulum squat, I'm also increasing my working set weight this week compared to last week, just like I did with my hamstring curls. Last week for my working set, I did a 45-pound plate and a 10-pound plate. This week, I want to increase it to a 45 and a 25. I know it doesn't sound like a lot of increase, but it did feel like a lot, I can tell you that. I'm going to be doing 2 working sets. The first one, I was going for 8 reps, and I just barely got it. And then I took about like a 3 to 5 minute break because my legs were completely dead. And then I did another set, and I just barely got 6 reps, which I'm okay with because I was aiming for anywhere between 6 and 8 reps. And 6 reps is in that range, so I'm not too displeased about it. Now I'm moving on to some lunges. My gym does have like this wide open spot where I do it. Most gyms also have like a spot like this with turf or whatever. If you are trying to follow along and your gym doesn't have this area, you can always do them standing in place, or you can do Bulgarian squats or Smith machine, the standing still ones, which are like the same thing, you just don't move forward and back. These ones I do a little bit different, as I have like 3 to 4 warm-up sets and then only 1 working set with like around 30-pound weights. The first warm-up set I use no weights at all, I just do body weight. And then the second warm-up set, I did about 10 pounds. And then the third warm-up set, I think I did 20-pound weights. And then my working set, I worked up to 30-pound weights. And then I do about 3 on each leg on the way there, 3 on each leg on the way back for my warm-up sets. And then I do 4 on each leg on the way there, 4 on each leg on the way back for my working set. After that, I went to the classic leg extension, which most people use every single leg day, and for good reason. It's a good machine, that's why I use it. Pretty sure I did a couple warm-up sets here. I just started light as my legs were already dead at this point. So I started around like a 75-pound warm-up, like around 8 reps, and then I went on a little bit higher, like 105 or 120, did the same amount. And then I kind of went on to my working set, which was around 150 or 165. And I tried to do about 8 reps on each of those, and for 2 working sets. Finally, I moved on to standing calf raises, and like everything else, I start really light, and I like to focus more on form than ego lifting, as I don't really care about how much I lift. I kind of just want to look better and feel better. So I start off with a warm-up set, which I think is pretty similar to what my working set will be, like around like 75 or 95 or whatever. And then I moved on to my working set, which is around 90 or 105 pounds. I think I did around 2 to 3 working sets, and that was it for my leg day. Be sure to check out my full body workout. There was some similarities, but I also did upper body in that one, so you can check that video out as well. Also, let me know any ideas that you have for me in the future, as eventually I'm going to start repeating myself, so I need to come up with a little bit more ideas. Or if you have any tips that will help me in the gym or just making videos, that will be nice if you just leave me a comment below, as I'm pretty new to both.